The financial system is rigged, and most people have no idea what's happening to the crypto world. In a recent interview on The Diary of a CEO, Raoul Pal, former Goldman Sachs exec and co-founder of Real Vision, drops truth bombs on the future of money, tech, and crypto. He reveals why millennials and Gen Z are facing tougher financial battles, why the rich keep getting richer, and how you can still ride the wave of the biggest financial revolution of our time. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, Solana, and Sui, Raoul breaks down why crypto isn't just an investment, it's a chance to be part of a global tech revolution. Let's listen to most important parts from Raoul Pal, life-changing podcast.
The average person watching this has no chance of making the money. They'll make normal returns, not supernormal returns. So Microsoft is whatever it is, $2-3 trillion company. What could it be worth? Who knows? 10 trillion, 15 trillion, doesn't really matter, right? That's a 5x. But for the most revolutionary technology the world has ever seen, you make 5 times your money? That's not, but somebody else in VC or earlier, in some way, shape or form, or the entrepreneur will make all of the money. And this is the thing I don't like about the system as it is. It's kind of rigged against the ordinary person. So we're going to have your jobs replaced, you're going to have this societal change, and yet they don't get a chance. So yes, invest in technology. Don't own any other stocks. Own technology, and you will capture some of this. You're investing in your own demise. At least you'll get some high quality returns.
Raoul Pal makes a sharp point here. To him, the system feels unfair. He's saying the average person can invest in big tech like Microsoft, but even with the wild potential of groundbreaking technologies, your gains might only be 5 times. Meanwhile, regular people watch as jobs disappear and the world changes, but they don't get a piece of the huge wealth being created. Moreover, Pal advises us betting on tech stocks, though it's a mix of hope and hard truth. You're investing in the future, even if it's a future that disrupts your own world.
If we'd have all been given shares in Facebook when it started, we'd have all been hilariously rich. But we didn't. The VCs got it, and then it went to the public market, and then you have to have a brokerage account, you have to be approved, right? What this is happening, you buy an Ethereum token today, if Ethereum ends up becoming bigger and more uses, your token value goes up. It's as simple as that. So you get to participate in an entire technological revolution really simply from your mobile phone. And you don't need anybody to approve it or do anything. Yes, there's regulation stuff, but simple stuff like that, it's pretty straightforward for almost everybody in the world. So therefore, we talked about how do you invest in your disruption and the future of technology. Okay, here's one where you can really do it. And it's easy to do. And you can do it via PayPal. Start somewhere. I'm not going to say no, but you will go down the journey that everybody goes down, which is the easiest on-ramp is the best. Revolut, whatever, I don't care. Just do it. Get a feel for what it's like to own an asset that goes up and down a lot, particularly down. When it goes down, it makes you feel terrible. And you've got to learn about how to deal with it. And then because it goes up over time, if you don't do anything and you've chosen a good quality asset that's provable as an asset in itself, it'll probably go up over time. In fact, highly likely to go up a lot.
Raoul Pal is making it simple. Crypto is your chance to join a tech revolution without needing special approval or connections. Unlike the early days of Facebook, where only insiders got rich, anyone can buy Ethereum or other tokens today with just a phone. Sure, prices will swing sometimes brutally, but over time, solid assets are likely to grow big. This is your chance to invest in the future, not just watch it happen.
This is my 30 years of expertise, is this one thing, which is asset allocation. So firstly, the average person watching this is you need to allocate to this. End of story. If you're going to start somewhere, start with Bitcoin. It's just easy to do. It's widely available, through different, whether it's a credit card, anything, just do that. I don't care. Do that. And do it with as much money as you can afford to see go down 60, 70% and don't care. And expect that to happen because that's what you have to see the long-term 150% a year. It's included within that is these downsides. Then I want you to put in some money every month, regardless of price, to build your savings in this exponential asset that goes up a lot. Okay, now you're set. You're on the journey. And then you want to figure out, how do I make the most money? Like you, I had Bitcoin to start with. I switched all of my Bitcoin into ETH in 2020 in Ethereum. And so I just owned that plus some NFTs and a few other bits and pieces. But generally, it was that. And then in 2022, in the bottom of the bear market, I started to see the price of Solana seeing like it wanted to outperform Ethereum. Now, Solana, much like your thesis, I saw this massive developer community, passionate retail, and a difference in the technology. Because these are all basically distributed companies that sell block space. So you want to look for attractive block space. Bitcoin, it's the secure one. Ethereum, it's like the world computer, and everybody's building on top of it. Solana, faster, cheaper, feels more friendly, efficient. Yeah, it feels more retail. And I saw that, and the speed of which they can do things and the innovation and the developer community meant that I started switching and then switched all of my ETH outside of my NFTs, where I collect a lot of art, into Solana. And I've now been switching part of my Solana into SUI, SUI. And as a disclaimer, I'm actually on the board of the foundation, but it's like the next big chosen one. It's the group that came out of Facebook that built Facebook Libra. So what I'm trying to do is maximize my return. I'm a mercenary I'm passionate about this space and what it means, the technology and how it empowers people, how it can change the third world, how it can change the internet. But I'm also a mercenary for my own capital and for anybody else I can help. Now, it doesn't mean I always get it right. So in your particular circumstance, I would look, you'll probably be fine over time, but you're not maximizing your returns. But do you want to take the risk? Do you have the bandwidth to do that? And these are the questions we were talking about with work. It's the same thing. How much do you want to go down the rabbit hole? How much time do you have to invest versus the expected upside?
Well, Raoul Pal's advice is simple. Start with Bitcoin. It's easy to buy and a great way to get into crypto. Just know it can go up and down a lot, but long-term, it has big growth potential. So keep adding to your crypto stash regularly, no matter what the price is. Moreover, if you want bigger returns, look into other coins like Ethereum, Solana, or SUI. Each one has something special. Bitcoin is secure, Ethereum powers the Web3 world, Solana is fast, and SUI has new tech. Stick with it, and you could see huge rewards.
The best thing I can say to people is, listen, 2032, 2034, that is not long away, 10 years. This asset class is going to go from 2 trillion to 100 trillion, right? That is a huge return. Now, some of the coins in that space will do a multiple of that. That simple thesis is why I built XPAM, the asset management company, Exponential Age, was just to capture this trend, unfortunately, it's only for high net worth investors and institutional investors, but just let them go on that journey, get the hedge funds to take the risk and figure it out and do that. But if people just do that, give me 10 years, just give me 10 years. And if you do it 10 years and you're sensible, you'll be able to take a whole chunk of money out every few years, because it's quite cyclical. It moves maybe every 4 years. And so you can take a chunk out, cash it in the lifestyle bank and keep moving towards that goal. The people who mine the Bitcoin, they use the electricity to solve the algorithm to get the Bitcoins to make sure there's only 21 million. Well, they get rewarded. The people who verify the chain get rewarded. And then we can buy the asset, which is actually us investing in the future use cases of this thing. Are people going to use it for storing wealth or building stuff? So now you get this global infrastructure layer of which people can invest. Now, let's go back to the example of AI. AI, 99% of people listening to this will not be able to invest in it, apart from buying some of those big public companies, because they're not accredited investors, they're not allowed, they don't get to see it, it's an insider, all of this stuff. This is the inverse. It is fractionalizable. So a Bitcoin, you don't have to buy one at 60 whatever thousand it is today. You can buy a fraction. So remember we talked about property, and the guys who own the big high-end property make all the money. None of us can buy the $50 million apartment in Manhattan and then do it up and flip it for $250 million. Now, blockchain, we can all put 10% of our paycheck in it.
Do you think people should?
Yeah, and more. But the point being is this is the only globally homogeneous asset on Earth. It's the same in Nigeria as it is in Brazil, as it is in London, as it is in Silicon Valley, as it is in India, as it is in Papua New Guinea. And everybody is on an equal footing. You can put the same percentage of your worth in it. Okay, that is mind-blowing. And it bypasses the banking system, the brokerage system, and all the other incumbent things that get in the way of a Nigerian buying an international investment. So we've got a playing field that's leveled in the fastest growing technology of all time, in the fastest appreciating asset in price terms of all time, in the shortest period of time, that is globally available to anybody. And then you realize, holy shit, okay, this is important. Now, why that's important is because having more investors in it means the asset becomes more valuable, which means you're more likely to secure it. People want to join the network to earn some of these tokens to secure it. The more use cases get built upon it because people are making money, and it bootstraps it. It's behavioral economics. It's an incentive-based system to bootstrap the most ridiculous startup idea of all time, which is I'm going to entirely disrupt money and create a new internet.
Pal thinks crypto is the biggest financial and tech revolution we've ever seen, and everyone can join. He believes the market could grow from $2 trillion to $100 trillion in the next 10 years. Unlike traditional investments, where only the rich get in early, crypto lets anyone, anywhere, invest even if it's just a small fraction of a Bitcoin. And the more people investing means the system grows stronger, more valuable, and opens the door to endless new possibilities. Raoul Pal just showed us why crypto isn't just the future of money, it's the chance to be part of a global revolution. The system may feel rigged, but with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto assets, you can still take control. So don't wait, invest in the future today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.